Hey, what's going on? It's Shaun of the Dead. As this last little camping excursion, I told you I was going to do some product review stuff on some of my gear. Well, I have this little thing here. This is called a Turboflame. Let's see if you can get this where you can see it. It is a Turboflame. I have it pulled up on my Amazon. That's where I picked it up from. It's a Proforce Turboflame Ranger lighter. It's got this nifty little flip top. I was like, hey, that's cool. It won't light if it's shut. It's a butane lighter. You can see by the gauge here that is now pretty well mostly full. It was about that full when I took it out there. And it's supposed to go and stay lit. And as you can see, nada. I played with it a couple, 3 times before my excursion, and when I did, it seemed to work fine. Didn't seem to have any problem. Even had a little hole for a lanyard or something here, so you could tie it around your neck. You could hook it to your knife or any of your other utensils that you're using for your mess kit or whatever. Kind of keep it on hand. And I had this as my emergency backup lighter, just in case of, wind, damp, tinder, something like that. I wanted to have kind of an ace in the hole. You can never have enough combustion. Well, I ended up using a regular big pocket lighter, just anything that you pick up off the store. It was actually one of the mini versions, I believe. And I used my Esprit stove and I lit it, and that's how I cooked my food so I could eat my Mountain House breakfast. Mountain House was good. I enjoyed it. My Esprit stove worked fantastic. I'll do a review on that later. But right now we're going to trash on this piece of crap right here. To me, it's unforgivable whenever a piece of gear does not function in the field. This thing cost me roughly, I'm sorry, I'm having to use my reference material here. I believe it was $30-some. Looks like they're now $22. So don't bother. Don't bother. Spend $2, get a Bic, you'll be happier for your money. This thing is a piece of crap. If it would float, I'd use it as a bobber. It is horrible. I went ahead and went with the green. It kind of fits in with the whole motif of everything else. Very mil-spec-ish. And I was like, oh, this would be great. I can just go, horrible. I thought I'd just go, psh, there we go. I got me a little twig on fire. I can set the rest of my tinder on fire now. Oh, I got several twigs on fire if I really needed to. Oh, yeah. Okay, whoa, hey, now the twigs are catching my sticks on fire. Now I'm going to have fire in like minutes, man. No. That thing did just, it sucks. I hated it. I absolutely hate it. It is one of the worst pieces of gear I've ever purchased. I feel like somebody just robbed me of my money for this thing. I went and picked up some butane for it. I was excited. I was like, yeah, man, I got me a torch lighter, man. This is going to be great. It's going to be an awesome little backup tool. I can use it to just really get in there and just kind of flame out some freaking, damp tinder. Or if I'm just tired, like I was the other night, I was like mega hot and I was tired. And I was like, I just want some light to see. I'll start a small fire. I went, waiting to catch a stick on fire. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Horrible product. The inside of here, there is a little piece, you can see right there in the middle. That actually was off to the side. I've wiggled it around. What that does is that actually creates the spark. I'm going to tilt it just a little bit for you so you can see that it's now moved. That's your spark creator. It was all the way off to the side whenever I first got home. I moved it to different areas, hoping for different results, but it doesn't seem like that's the problem. It seems like what the problem is, quite frankly, is it's not getting enough fuel through the jets. One of my buddies is like, well, maybe it froze up. I can hear it going through the jets. It just doesn't seem like it sustains a flame for some reason. And now it's already to the halfway point, so it seems like I got some leakage of flame. So this was full when I started the video, and I've just been jacking around with it now, and it's already went down almost a half of a half of a tank of butane just by the handful of times I've tried to light it. So as you can see, it's not very fuel efficient. I used to keep this in my EDC. Now I will refuse to keep this in my EDC. It's just a piece of junk now to me. That, you know, I wished I could recoup some of my cost on it. I'm going to go on Amazon and absolutely trash this also, and put my YouTube URL for it on there, so that way people can see what a piece of crap this thing is. It failed me in the field, and that is completely and absolutely unforgivable. You know, I don't know if this was just a defective model. I've had defective products before that ended up being okay later, but I mean, this is such a huge defect. It is a freaking lighter. Its job is to make flame. It cannot do any part of its job. I can't really talk about this thing anymore. I gotta get it out of my sight. So do not buy the Proforce Turboflame Ranger lighter. It is junk. It is absolute crap. It's a worthless piece of crap. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your money. It's not worth the energy. It's not even worth the little, half an ounce of weight that it costs to hump the thing in the field. Horrible piece of equipment. Do not buy it. If you have any experiences with different, torch lighters, please let me know. I would be very interested, because I wanted one for wind resistance, for damp tinder, for quick and ease of just get me a quick fire started when I'm in the field. If I don't want to take the time to do something primitive, I can just go, I'm doing lazy man fire. Okay, I got a fire. And that's what I wanted to do. And it failed. I mean, it failed its job. Absolutely, completely failed its job. What worst thing for a lighter to not do is to make flame. So if a lighter can't make flame, then it's not a lighter, and it's not a viable piece of equipment. So again, this is Shaun of the Dead. I appreciate you all checking this out. Again, as always, comments, video responses, please welcome. Of course, stay on topic, keep it civil, and as always, subscribe. And tell me if you have found a better torch lighter that functions perfectly fine. I would love to hear about it, because I do need to replace that piece of gear. I want that spot filled. If I can't fill it with a torch lighter, I'll get a Zippo. I used to carry Zippos back in the day when I used to smoke, back in my 20s and stuff, and I was like, well, okay, I hadn't smoked in over a decade now, so I haven't had a Zippo in over a decade. But now that I'm going out camping and doing a lot more survival stuff, now I need I've used for flameage now at this point. So I was like, all right, let me go ahead and give me something that can handle the flame. And Zippos are okay for wind. It has a little bit of a windshield to it, but as far as damp tinder, I mean, it'll take a while for it to heat up. And Zippos are okay. I mean, they're reliable. You can carry extra flints in the inside underneath the flap. I used to carry them all the time. So I'm very versed in Zippos, but these torch lighters I'm not very versed in. I have another just little toy lighter that was a butane lighter that I picked up. It's a novelty item, and I've had it for several years until I ran out of butane. And when I bought butane, here, let me put it here so you can see that it is actually on. And that's just a regular little lighter, and a little letter opener combination deal. But yeah, it's just this little toy novelty item I found. It's a little butane lighter, and I've had this thing for years, and I mean, seriously, this should be in my EDC instead of that other piece of crap. Oh wow, it failed once. What do you know? Out of all those times, it's failed one time. That's a pretty decent piece of equipment. I can't remember what I paid for this. It was just like a few bucks, like literally like $5 or less. And I picked this up for somewhere around $5, and I paid like 30 something for the other one. Oh hey, it fell twice, and I can't tell you how many times I've done that. If you know how many times I've done that, let me know. I'm curious. Yeah, so that old novelty item I've had for a long time, many years, and I played with it until it's died of butane, and I filled it up, and I've been playing with it again. And as you saw, I just went through and just kept on and on and on and on and on and on. not a problem, and it's a little trinket. So again, if you know of any good torch lighters that's going to do their job properly, that you field tested, I'd love to hear about it. I'd like to get something to replace this piece of gear. Again, this is Shaun of the Dead. As always, don't forget, subscribe.